Okay, so Twomad Situation has been going on. I tried to look up all the information. It seems to be pretty much in this video by Natty Forsyth. Pretty comprehensive. There's not like a whole lot. There's some stuff against him. We'll get into the video. And then I'm going to scroll through his Twitter a little bit. So let's see what we got here.
So recently the YouTuber Twomad has kind of gone off the deep end, and he's been posting a lot of stuff that's been out of pocket even for him. He's currently facing backlash after joking that his girlfriend was a 16-year-old trans girl that got murdered.
Yikes. I believe he's 22 at this point.
He allegedly...
My question is, why did he make that joke?
He had no idea about the backstory of the girl being murdered, or being 16, however, most of the fans aren't buying it. He starts off his response...
Well, my thing is, like, what... Where did he see her? Because my first thing is, like, was he trying to make, like, a subtle, like, jab at trans people, or did you just see the picture of this girl, think she was cute, and, like, not read the context? Like, I don't know how you could come to terms with, I didn't know who she was, I just thought she was hot. You know, you're 22 now. It's time to start growing up and not just go around just being obnoxious like that.
Response by saying, "Oh, I didn't know she died, I just thought she was hot," which isn't the best response. Then,
yeah, no.
How the fuck am I gonna get cancelled for see a photo of a girl I think sexy cause leisurely scrolling on couch Twitter? Say if you could sexy, no idea.
Well, that's my thing, you're leisurely scrolling on couch Twitter, so like you saw the picture of the girl and didn't read whatever post was attached to it? Because I know he said if you saw it on your Twitter timeline, I imagine like you would see it, no? Like you would probably see that and then what's attached to it. So you just saw a picture of a girl you found attractive, and yes, 22 and 16 isn't appropriate, you know. But I would assume that he didn't know the age at the time if he's just scrolling. But then it's just like you didn't read it. I don't know. Like what do you like? It's just I don't believe it. It's just weird. It's like unexpected. I try to operate with what's the most likely scenario when I'm looking at something. It's just like what was the motivation there? I really just don't know. Was it just some kind of like super edgy joke? I don't know.
Idea of the death context. Someone calls me no life, so I respond with, "Here's my girlfriend. I found out she died. Gets cancelled even though I didn't know." This
okay.
whole time, Twomad was also in a dispute with Ghetto Smosh, which is a parody of the Smosh channel, posting a tweet of his tweets in response to what he said on Twitter. When a quote retweet, he
What is this?
got ratioed, and then Twomad blocked him. Then Twomad is live on Twitch.
You post like a million times on Twitter, bro. Please log off and take some break.
On Twitter, when a quote retweet, he got ratioed, and then Twomad blocked him. Then Twomad is live on Twitch, and he has no mods in his chat. And this picture of the chat on Twitch says Ghetto Smosh smoked your weed.
Okay.
Being spammed, saying if I...
There's no way someone just randomly posts the context with no photo with no context. Yeah, I mean that would be his only saving grace, right? Like, oh, somebody posted it with no context and I just thought she was cute. I guess would be his perspective. I don't know how much I believe that.
I donate $20,000 to protect trans kids. Is it fixed?
Oh, then he changed his name. Okay, changed his picture to Call Me Carson, who was innocent, by the way. Got canceled for 1917. Sad stuff. Really interesting the way the internet handles these things.
Then saying, if I get Subway, is it fixed? Then
what if you just stopped talking about it? What if you just said, hey, I'm sorry, and stop talking about it? You know, take your L and just, you know what I mean? That's all you should say.
Saying, Twitter, if I bench press 2 plates, is it fixed? However, it doesn't stop the... This was definitely out of pocket for Twomad and definitely something to criticize. However, because of this, some allegations about Twomad actually came out because of his refusal to care about any of this backlash and take the situation seriously whatsoever regarding his...
Damn, you know Hassan's happy right now. Because didn't they have like an interaction a year ago?
Post about Bianca. So people who had some shit on him decided to come out of the woodwork and leak it. So he is now being turbo cancelled, it seems. A victim of Twomad has come forward...
Turbo cancelled.
Revealing that he trapped and assaulted her. Following the incident, he sent her an apology video and then proceeded to stalk and...
I wonder why that language is weird to me. A victim of Twomad has come forward revealing that he trapped and essayed her. I feel like if you wanted to use plausible deniability language, like a professional, like, you know, news outlet, you would say alleging, right? Because then you're kind of taking a stance that you believe them. And I'm not saying that they're lying. I'm just saying that like you'd think you'd want to protect yourself a little bit better, but then saying that, and using the term revealing. But
spam her for 7
who
months.
cares, I guess.
In one of the occasions, he even sent her a contract where he wouldn't make sexual advances.
I am literally driving.
So I watched this and I was thinking about it. This was a very bizarre video. I watched it, actually listened to it twice, like when I was just like hanging out before I came on the stream, because I was like, what does this mean? And so like the conclusion I came to is it's possible that he's apologizing for some kind of a sexual assault. Absolutely. It's also possible that this is like an apology for putting this girl into a situation she wasn't comfortable with, but he wasn't explicitly aware of it. I'm not saying that either is true, right? We don't know specifically based on all the information. Obviously, we're going to look into more tweets, but those would be the two interpretations there. It's clear that he did something wrong, regardless. So the differences between like, because as a man, it could be very easy to put women into an uncomfortable situation without realizing it, especially with the way that men versus women will interact. So, you know, that's a whole social conversation about making sure you get express consent and you create an atmosphere for a woman, well, in general, with anybody really, but typically man to woman, where she feels comfortable saying no, and that she will feel understanding that if she says no, you will take that on face value instead of continuously pushing boundaries. So,
But I'm literally in Oregon, fucking Washington, Oregon. Yeah, okay. So apology. Alright. So I can't take the damage away that I've done.
okay.
But I'll try my best, okay? Okay, I at least want to take responsibility for what the fuck I did, you know? You know, like the way I treated you and like viewed you, this is not like okay. Like I pushed past your fucking boundaries just for like my own fucking self-serving reasons.
Yeah, and because I already watched this like twice already, so I'm gotta go through it. But you know, that absolutely could mean that he sexually assaulted her. It also might mean he pushed past like a boundary she established, and then he approached the boundary, and then like in a more like here's a real world example. Like this is something like, let's say a guy and a girl are gonna sleep together, and then she's like, "Oh, I want to wear a condom." He's like, "Okay," and he puts the condom on, and then they start interacting, and he's like, "I want to take it off. Can I take it off?" And then that would fall in the lines of pushing a boundary for their own selfish reasons, right? I don't like if you're like, oh, I don't really want to wear it, doesn't feel good, can I take it off? That woman might be like, okay, fine, and be very uncomfortable, and she might not establish that boundary because she really likes the guy and doesn't want him to stop, or doesn't want him to dislike her. It doesn't make it necessarily predatory, but that's still pushing past the boundary, and you should, as a person, when somebody establishes a boundary, you shouldn't be trying to do that. But again, and we don't know the specific context. He could be referring to actually assaulting her. He could be referring to some kind of established boundary that he pushes past and she lets him push past it. But he should have never approached it in the first place because she should have respected that boundary. And that's like the difference between like an active case of like predatorization versus like behavior that especially men need to be educated against doing. Like when somebody establishes a boundary, adhere to the boundary, So.
I made like sexual advances you weren't comfortable with, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's possible that he didn't know that she wasn't comfortable with him until after the fact.
And
that doesn't make it okay. What I'm saying is that like intentionality does matter in this situation.
I truly do like regret all of that like so much. Yeah.
What do you think he's listening to?
I never wanted you to like fear for your safety or anything, but like I understand it's like how you felt.
Right. And again, if he knew that in the moment, that's why would you push that boundary then? Or it's possible he didn't realize that in the moment, and then after the fact, she expressed it to him, and now it's like a different conversation. There's just so much context missing, we just don't know.
And I'm like, so I'm like sorry, as best I can say it, it was as if that wasn't enough, I acted like super obsessive after you, I realized you left.
The hell was that sound? Then you have to obsess after you left.
And I'm going to therapy. Genuinely, I'm going to therapy. I'm working fucking.
This I'm so so skeptical of the I'm going to therapy thing, because like people do go to therapy and it can be a great thing, obviously. You know, when I was younger, like much younger, I went there for like 10 plus years, you know. I was a behavioral kid and I had like my own problems, and like it definitely was helpful. And it's like, you know, you're always got to make sure you're introspective to change your behavior. But like when it comes to online apologies, I feel like people will say I'm going to, especially when it comes to like apologies. I hear people are like, "Oh, I'm going to therapy now," and it's like that could be true. It also just you could be blowing smoke up my ass. You know, it's like, oh, I'm going to therapy. Okay. Like I don't know how much I believe that, or is that just like a weaponization of mental health to some capacity, where it's like I'm going to therapy, so you know, I'm better now. You know, you can't really criticize me. It's like, okay, I mean, but maybe it is true. I'm skeptical of that type of verbiage.
That shit is tough, but I'm going to it, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
To like fix whatever the fuck parts of my brain, or just like let me act that way. And I'm like, I'm 1,000% sure I'll never do it to anyone else.
Okay. I guess that's good.
But fucking sorry for making you wait for this, you.
Okay, yeah, like I said, it might be he might be admitting to like some kind of previous sexual assault. He might be admitting to like now that the situation is over, he didn't realize that he put her in an uncomfortable spot. We really just don't know, you know. And I think that since we don't know, we shouldn't operate as if he is some kind of a rapist. I think that's silly. You know, innocent until proven guilty exists for a reason. That's how we need to operate in our society.
So yeah, that was a pretty shocking response from Twomad. He essentially just admits to all of it on video. As for the document and the contract,
this I don't even understand. This is insane.
He says, for the next 60 days, under all facets of interaction with Bella, online or in person, Muda agreed.
Is Muda his name? Is that his real name? Muda Sadiq? Okay. If this is real, this is just bizarre that you would have a relationship contract. Like what? Like is this from? I know that there's a joke about it, and like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia or whatever. But I mean, this is just bizarre. Or no, wait, there's one in like Curb Your Enthusiasm too. Anyway,
Muda will not demand, entertain the sexual activity with Bella.
What the fuck? I mean, this is definitely suspicious.
Muda will be required to his history demonstrating wild, uncontrollable psychological problems and disregard to other people around him. To be hyper aware that he is prone to easily scaring, emotionally damaging Bella. Bella may use the word facade when
facade.
Facade.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm high. When this word is used, Muda
Bella used the word facade
will be required to slowly, gently, earnestly process as to how he's wronging, scaring, or hurting Bella with his behavior. Refuses to process if he cannot understand, deflects, lies to not understand, and change to Bella's satisfaction. Muda must concede peacefully and exit clause is executed. Muda cannot lapse on any part of this agreement. Any exception alone will execute the exit clause, which is Bella can exit.
It's the sequel to... I was gonna make like a Santa Claus movie joke. Probably not the appropriate time. With Tim Allen in it.
Exit this agreement at any time. Bella agrees that she will not exit this agreement unless she has made a full analysis of her relationship and is completely sure that her well-being is cognizant on me not interacting with her at all, that she does not want any more time spent hearing from me. Muda agrees to move on with his life.
I have no fucking idea why the fuck this exists. In general, I have no fucking idea. I don't quite understand. I have an itch in my back. I don't quite understand this contract. I don't know if it's real or not. If it's real and he's like, yeah, I signed that. What the fuck is that? It sounds like they had some kind of an interaction that was inappropriate, and they signed the contract to make sure he didn't do it again. I don't think that this proves that this was sexual assault, but this is so bizarre and for both parties. I honestly have never seen this before. I have no idea like how to feel about it, because I've just like, this is so bizarre. Like this is fucking weird. So I have no idea how to feel about this. I just that's it. I don't know. I have no life experience to to look at and go, oh, look at that. I just got nothing. I have no fucking idea.
So insane shit. The girl also released a slew of text messages from Muda, also known as Twomad, and it seems to be.
So, like, she removed her messages, though? Is that what that looks like? Be patient, I will lock it. So, that like she's texting him, so she removed her messages or something? Why? That, to me, is very suspicious, and I'm not, like, why would you remove your side of this conversation? I just don't get it.
Slew of text.
Be patient, I will Lock in and help. Then you'll see some effort. Just not nuclear bomb just yet. Give me a week. It's weekend right now, so I can't prove anything. Kaiser will be closed. Oh my god, no mail. I be on my self-destruct, but you know the vibes. Tell you what, it really can't control you. Like I think I can. Yeah, give me a week and I'll get that intake stuff done. And she'll send you a photo of me in the appointment. I don't know what the hell this is.
Text messages from Muta.
Just don't nuke me forever. We don't know you. Well, I don't. I know you won't. LOL. Or you're her. Yes, I'm doing that. I don't. What is this supposed to mean?
Also known as Twomad, and
A bunch of stuff. I missed the rage. Don't. I think it's a meme.
Genuine with the way that he writes, and they go back a long time. And he's
sure. I just don't know why she released her stuff. I've been crying. Yeah, you know what it feels like. So your soul right in the chest. Hellfire. I just need to drop love, and I'll feel better. Please give Dies of Hellfire. I cannot move, friend. I'll even take a react at this point for mobile. Okay, Black Lives Matter, help. Okay, so he seems like this would be, I don't know, some kind of like dump. This is definitely weird. I don't know. I just don't know why. I don't know what to. Again, there's nothing to really react to here because I don't have what they're both saying, so I have no context of what the fuck's going on.
He's saying a lot of this stuff, but like he's getting no response most of the time.
It seems like she removed everything. I think that was what it really was, is that she removed everything. There's no way that he was, or unless you think that he's just talking to himself. Is that what it is? You think that I could have swore I saw something that said that like that she removed all of her side of the video. Maybe that's not true. That's what it seems like. That the person removed their side of the story first and then posted it. Like I don't know the context behind it. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe that is what it is. Maybe that is what it. Maybe he just continuously spammed this. Maybe he just spammed the fuck out of her. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that is what it is. Oh, maybe he didn't. She had a reaction to the tweet, or the message. Be patient, I'll lock in help, just not a nuclear bomb yet. Okay, maybe he's just fucking spamming the fuck out of her. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. She might not have said anything when I'm texting somebody via the number. I know I can't remove them. Okay. I'm gonna send a text to her. Okay, I guess this is her response she made by reacting to a message. That's not much of a response. React with fire emoji and I'll do it. Deadass, no cap. Sociopath thought patterns. I can actually do it. That's not a fire sign. Yeah, he might just be spamming the fuck out of her. What is wrong with this dude? I mean, that is in line with his behavior on Twitter because he won't stop spamming. You want to know some bullshit? Andrew and Daniel also stopped talking to me since that night. How I said Dies of cringe. I will regain 3 of my gamer gang by going to the therapy. Dude, this dude definitely needs to be in therapy. What the? Oh, that makes sense as to why he's spamming the fuck out of her because she's not responding. What is wrong with this dude? Holy fuck. Me and my man. I just don't know. How many times blink is it? What the heck? 4 loco. Do you think that she's responding? I guess we just don't know. So it's either she could be removing messages or he's just spamming the fuck out of her. I mean, there's so much spam in here though. I wouldn't doubt that he was just spamming her. This is so bizarre, dude. Holy fuck. Wow. Please. Yeah, this looks like spam. Dies of crying. I'm gonna stop attacking your insecurities. I will stop spamming you. Oh. Yikers. You're ruining this. I don't know what's that response to. Interesting. Maybe he was the one who said, "Bro, I did not sexually assault anyone, LMAO. This is life ruining male cancel culture bullshit. By the way, not a single word in the apology was written by me. It actually was written by her friends." Well, you still said the apology. Is there more from? I trapped her. I ain't Justin Roland, motherfucker. I apologize. No, because I did it because I was fucking insanely desperate for this girl to forgive me. And I was like, Eminem, why? Yes, I did it all, though. That even though I was fucking didn't. Okay. Also, I never stalked her. My God, if anything, she stalked me by showing up at my house and announced at 3 a.m. Well, that's not stalking. I don't know. Okay. I was reading off my car windshield sticky note, the stupid shit that her friend wrote for me because he was trying to help me make an apology, her feel better. I didn't actually agree to have a hand in writing it. Okay. It wasn't enough. I acted super obsessive after I realized you've been working hard in therapy to correct whatever parts of my brain let me act this way. Okay, well, he certainly needs therapy based on the way that I'm seeing him behave. Holy Jesus. Jesus Christ. Bro, this is... Bro, I don't know, man. This is fucking crazy. This dude's gotta, like, chill. Good question, Willie. What is the contract for? What are you apologizing? Is a good question. Jesus, he's still going. Woman moment. I'm balding. Okay. Crazy. Something about Pokemon. Asian goth. Okay. 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 I'm just reading through this stuff. It's just fucking wild. Did she mention she showed up to my house and announced at 3 a.m. while I was sleeping? A little crazy bitch. I mean, that's not like, by that individual thing by itself isn't that big of a deal. Showing up to somebody's house that like you're dating in some capacity at 3 in the morning isn't really that big of a deal to me. Okay. Guys, any YouTuber who will help me in my darkest hour will shoot to the top of my list of most respected humans and also Robux. Okay, that's probably not a good thing to be telling people. This dude's going fucking crazy, man. Jesus, he just needs to log off the internet. Oh my God. Okay, wow. There's a lot going on here. Wow, the past 24 hours have been fucking crazy. Why are people calling him a pedophile, though? Jesus Christ. He's going fucking ballistic in the chat here. I'm just scrolling through. I guess let's continue on this situation here. Okay.
For some reason brings up that she also came to his house at 3 a.m. when he was sleeping, as if that's got anything to do with what she's alleged. And I mean what he's admitted to in video as well.
Okay.
A tweet from him saying, "You want me to suffer for it? Hell nah, and you know what? I would do it again." Repsion responded asking if he's manic, to which he had originally responded with,
"True, man.
Do it again." Repsion responded asking if he's manic.
Someone said he's turning into Kanye.
To which he had originally responded with saying no, but he seems to have deleted that reply now.
What the fuck? You're not gonna get any Twitch viewers? You're fucked. I know.
What does he mean he would do it again? And he's, I would do it again.
Yeah, he literally said he would do it again, and not even just on a tweet, but on his stream as well.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like he's having a fucking, like, he's having a breakdown, so he's probably just, I don't know, coping.
Yeah, it still doesn't stop. Twomad downplays his essay by saying it's common.
Shit, fuck it, whatever. I don't like cancel culture anyways. So many fucking dudes that you guys trust on a day-to-day basis have done that same shit, if not worse. It's common!
Well, first of all, I don't know if he's necessarily sexually assaulted somebody yet, but he's not wrong about it being common for, like, men to push past women's boundaries in a non-predatory way. That's, like, the whole conversation about the correct, like, consent conversations. That's, like, the whole conversation about that. But the way he's saying it, it comes off as a downplay, you know? So...
Common! All the time! It happens! Cause it's just like fucking biological. Like, the fuck am I, like the most sweet boy ever? Like my parents, I'm not no fortunate son. Ridiculous.
Go get hose. Yeah, I'm gonna get away with it. What the fuck do you think? You can't keep getting away with it.
So just to recap so far, Twomad has been accused of essaying someone, admitted to it in an apology video to the woman, said on
I wouldn't necessarily take that as an admission. It could have been an admission of sexual assault, but there's so much context missing. I'm not sure if that's the case.
Twitter that he would do it again, said on stream that he would do it again.
Yeah, and that seems like a huge cope from this dude who's having like a mental breakdown, like a legitimate one, honestly.
Also said on stream that he will get away with this because he is Twomad. In the same day, he was exposed
not
for
good.
posting a picture of Brianna Gay, a woman that was killed in the UK for being trans.
Yeah, he's not helping this case.
Only 16.
It's very clear that he has nobody to ground him. This is going fucking crazy, dude.
Said that I didn't know.
This is the problem with young people becoming famous at like a young age. I know this sounds crazy, but like when you become online famous and shit at such a young age, like your brain rots. I unironically think that there should be like an entire conversation about like how like the internet has an impact on people, because for grown adults, it can already be difficult when you get negative attention on you, but for these kids are insane. You're gonna see so many young people, especially young successful content creators who have been doing it since they were in like their teenage years. They're going to they're gonna have a fucking problem. Like they're gonna have like legitimate mental problems. Like it's gonna be bad. Like it's gonna be like diagnosable problems. Like it's fucking crazy.
No, she was killed just before she was hot, and then even after being told that she was killed, continuing to post more pictures of Brianna Gay lookalikes.
She's 8 trans, just got stabbed to death by oh yeah. Why play into the joke? Just take the L. He's got a problem.
Joking about the backlash in the caption, just not caring whatsoever.
It just comes off to me as like super edgy humor, trying to mask like his frustration, trying to play it off like a joke. Like you fucked up, and he's like, oh, maybe if I make fun of it, it'll go away. A very immature response to it.
Maybe he'll care if he actually gets cancelled, and I'm genuinely concerned as to what he may
Does he actually have schizophrenia, or are you just saying that he has schizophrenia?
do if there's no pushback for this in regards to everything he says being a joke. Twomad's YouTuber I used to like and respect and find funny, but he's trying way too hard to be funny, and
Yeah,
he's
true.
not really like sane anymore. He seems to kind of believe that everything is a joke and that nothing is serious. It's like his brain's wired to only make jokes about everything and never take anything seriously. Before we got into like this edgy humor shit, he was probably a decent person, but it seems to
Well, it sounds like he got big for being an edgy humor person.
like just rotted his brain in some way
That's true.
because he can't switch it off.
True. I agree with that. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Jesus Christ. Okay. Wow. We already scrolled through his Twitter. That's just fucking wild, bro.